Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And he almost flirted with disaster there, but it does get into the end zone before going out, and they'll bring it out to the 25.
We go! 10-2 stop!
Go! Go! Kill!
Leo! Let's go!
First carry for Nick Chubb. Trucks over him. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
70!
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. They give the Chubb out of the gun.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. Now a play fake here on 1st down. He'll buy some time right, and that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. To throw again. Stevens. They'll roll him out, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Derek Wolfe popping in for the sack.
General West.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Stevens. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Ryan Anderson providing a little deja vu, back-to-back sacks, and now they're staring at a 4th and long. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And that ball's going to angle out at the 3-yard line. A beauty.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Handoff to Harris to begin the drive. And a nice pickup as this one gets him to the 10-yard line. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
And that run there does nothing but juice up the guys who are moving the football. I mean, if you're an offensive lineman, people running it, actually the guy calling plays, you're almost jumping up and down in jubilation, aren't you?
And now you've got options on 2nd down.
And big-time options. You might want to think about play action and try and get something cheap right here over the top.
Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he is going to have the 1st down as he's up to his own 13-yard line. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches.
Let's go! Let's go!
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this 1st quarter. They'll run for the first time with Mark Ingram. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. That's good for a Raven 1st down, 15 yards there. Now a 1st down carry for Harris. And he works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
From the 31, Jackson forced out to his left. Now he's going to throw deep back over the middle. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off at the 21. And he will take this across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. Not the best of plays there as a quarterback. You're right-handed, rolling left, trying to throw it that far downfield.
I remember a coach of mine saying, son, that's the equivalent of trying to get the car keys out of your pocket with your opposite hand while you're trying to run. You just can't do it.
Chubb with a carry on first down. It's not going to yield much, maybe a yard. It's second down. The tackle made by the corner, Jimmy Smith. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. A run for Nick Chubb. He takes it down to the 42, a 5-yard run. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. A give running right is Chubb. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And he'll cut it up, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Well, they were just hoping that run would pick up the first. They got the whole enchilada.
And I'm so used to teams on 3rd down, doesn't matter how far they need for a first down, throwing the ball. Instead, they run it, and as you said, picked up the first down, and then some, and then some. In fact, everything, all the way for a touchdown. Terrific play.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
Let's make these babies cry.
On 2nd down, this is Harris. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Foreseeing completion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day.
On 3rd down, Jackson. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant to the flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket.
Let's go. Do it.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10.
Squeeze.
Check, check. Lucky.
Ready, ready.
Check, go, go.
And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. A big pickup of 38. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10.
Watch tight. Tight end's right. Everyone, you got 4. 4 down.
Hey, check Mike 57. Mike 57. Ain't no such thing.
Now this time he'll look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Andy Isabella was the intended target. That'll bring up second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
57. Mike, 57. It's our field. It's our field. Hey, it's our house. Mike's 57. 57's mine. Let's go.
Throwing again. Stevens. He'll get this to Chubb out of the backfield. It'll be a gain of 6, and it'll be 3rd down. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Being chased out left. Looking for the end zone. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
But that was certainly an aggressive call and an aggressive play. Instead of just going for...
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And this one will not work out. It is incomplete.
Let's go.
Intended for David Njoku.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? The turnover, you just noted it.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn it into first downs and hopefully points.
At the 24-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Jackson from the shotgun. Got a man. It's Brown. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
It's a gain of 8, and it brings up 3rd down.
2nd down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining. From the gun, Jackson. He gets it to Brown. Complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 12 yards the pickup there. Good for a Raven first.
Focus, defense, focus.
Stepping up, Jackson hit, and he lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Pass from Jackson, complete to Ingram. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 39. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Jackson. Escaping and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Larry Ogunjobi in for the sack.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
Steps away to his left. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Enough takes to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
There's Jackson on 3rd and long. And a pressure gets to him again.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority. And
now a hit and a loose football. Was hoping to make a play there on the return with his speed. Instead, he makes a play for the other side.
Yeah, and how many times have we heard coaches say, you know, sometimes it's not really about those X's and O's we drop. It's about those Jimmies and Joes. And when you have a punt returner, he's one of those Jimmies and Joes, one of the best athletes. He's unable to make the play that they were seeking, though.
Check. Check, hot route. Hot. Undercross, undercross.
Go out.
SOS, SOS.
Go. Hey, exit.
SOS, SOS.
Go.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb, and that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 39-yard line.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. He was looking to get it to Jarvis Landry that time, and it'll bring up third down.
Read. Recon, 132 fighter.
Check it out, Reed.
Get.
Back to throw. Stevens. And that's caught inside the 35. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. It's their quarterback. His 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Extra point by Seibert up and good. And it's now 14-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Throwing again on second down. Jackson. He's going to find his tight end, Boyle. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
You must be drinking.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up second down.
Well, the defensive guys won't be real happy because there won't be a sack on this play because he did get back to the line of scrimmage. But what a job they did overall. Hemmed him in and gave him nowhere to go with the football.
58's the money. 58's the money. Watch the run. Watch the run.
Looking to throw again on second down. Jackson. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Now, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick, and he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
You're trailing, you're trying to get points late in half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half.
We go. 30 base.
Hey, come on now. Come on now. Check 13. Check 13.
2.
Looking to throw on second down. Stevens eluding the pressure right. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people think...
And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of his first half of play. So we have come to halftime in what's already a two-touchdown game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for a Browns TD. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, second half, no matter what. Whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just...
And the defense loses him. It's complete. Past the 20. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown, 81 yards. And the Ravens get a bit closer. Well, if they're going to make a game of this in the second half, they need a few big plays to go their way. That's one.
And the way to get it done is to also conserve time. So to your point, that big play right there, now you're not moving the ball downfield, taking time off the clock. You're leaving yourself a better avenue to continue to try and make a comeback.
Tucker with the extra point, and they'll cut the lead to 21-7. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
To throw on third down, Stevens flushed out right. That's out to Chubb, complete. Breaks the tackle, now Allen. And all the way down to the 26. It's a big play there for the Browns. 48 yards. And he's out of bounds. offense almost gets to the 10. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it. But it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
Not the first time on this drive we saw him take matters into his own hands, and this time he finishes things off with a touchdown run.
You're not going to be happy with me, but I think he took matters into his own feet, didn't he?
Oh, Davis from the top rope. I like it. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Gets fielded in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase.
And he's taken down. Back at his own 7.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues.
Well, if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Jackson on third and long from his end zone. It's brought in here by Willie Snead. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. They'll get 19 out of this, but it will still bring up a 4th down.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet. And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though. On the NFL scoreboard, third quarter now from Jacksonville. The Vikings opening their lead up to 2 touchdowns now. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. Off play action. Stevens. He's going to sling this deep down. Oh, wide open. Complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Andy Isabella. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete. They were trying to go to Brown once again, and it's third and short. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
You better be afraid of me.
From the gun, Jackson. And that is incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
They're going for it. This is Harris. And boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Weapon. Check the backer, check the backer.
Hey, seam 6. Seam 7.
Operating from the gun, Stevens. Binds, and a big loss here as he's taken down. Jalen Ferguson able to record his 5th sack of the season. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other. And he's going to go down again. Jalen Ferguson in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Throwing on 3rd and long. Stevens under pressure again, and down he goes again. Jalen Ferguson, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to give a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Derwin James with a pick. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.
56. Check 56. Oh, here we go.
Throwing on 1st down. Stevens, flush to his right. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. Andy Isabella, his 9th touchdown of the season as his guys continue to pour it on. Extra point by Seibert, up and good, and the lead will swell by 1 more. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Harris starts the drive on the ground. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now here's another carry for Harris, and he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Fletcher Cox, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. To try again after the sack. Jackson gets past 1 man. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Carl Joseph, and he'll score. Touchdown, Browns. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them into the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful because those defensive guys.
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And this is picked up by the Browns. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for the Browns TD. So that is now 2 fumble return touchdowns. And you talk about something that's going to drive a head coach crazy.
Without a doubt. But for the defensive guys, once you do it once, you create a frenzy. Everybody wants to get involved, and they got it done a second time.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them. The coaches from all the way up here, they were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. If we were down there, that message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of the football. Got to hold on to it.
They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again. And he'll be upended after a gain of 5, up to the 25-yard line.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to expect.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
Check. Don't get nervous. 44, Mike, 44. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Boy, and now they can't even get a playoff. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. Here's Sam Cook now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And the Browns have a short field in front of them now as they take over 1st and 10.
Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. The 20. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. So another score there. Often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
So they are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
They run with Harris, and he'll get this one up to the 26. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But the bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up the 4th down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
58, boys, 58.
They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. To throw is Jackson, operating from the gun. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now.